Hi, everybody. This is Anne-Marie with Light Happy Life, and I'm so excited here today with Cristina de la Fuente. So Cristina is a mindfulness coach for busy women, and she's joining us from Copenhagen, and she's also expecting her first child, so we were super excited for her. She's completely in the thick of it. And so, Cristina, firstly, good morning, welcome, good afternoon for you.
Hi, Anne-Marie. Thank you for inviting me.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about your story? Because I think it's something that so many women can relate to.
Sure, I'd love to do that. As you said, my name is Cristina de la Fuente, and I'm originally Spanish, but I live in Copenhagen in Denmark. My story is, as you say, probably very similar to many of us. Originally, I'm educated as an engineer, and I still work in a big corporation as a project manager. And at some point, my career was just going great. I was getting a lot of promotions, was getting a lot of good feedback, and I was getting a lot of bigger and bigger opportunities for career development. So what's not to like, right? So at some point, the better my career was going on the paper, the more unfulfilled I was feeling in all other parts of my life. All the things that were not on the paper or on the photo. And that's when things started really to generate a lot of other kind of personal issues in myself. And that's when I started an inner journey of why is it that I feel unfulfilled when I'm accomplishing all the things that everybody would like to accomplish, at least career-wise from the outside. And that is when I became my journey as a transformational coach, and I got my second education as coach and went into the fascinating universe of mindfulness, which I am also working other corporate women with.
Yeah, that's great. So many of you don't know, but I also have a corporate background. So Christine and I were talking about that actually before the interview started, because it's one of these things where on your resume or your CV, right, you start filling out these lists and you think, these are the things that I should be doing. So you should be going to university to start, then you get your first job, then you get a promotion, then you get something else, then you continue to move up this ladder and you're like, what's going on? Like, why am I unhappy? From the outside, you have what everybody thinks that you should have, but you're just empty inside, right? So why don't you tell us the question that you started to ask yourself to start your journey of self-discovery?
Yeah, well, there was this question coming to me, Anne-Marie, more and more often, which was, how can it be that my happiness depends on what happens for me from the outside? It cannot be true that my happiness depends on me finding the perfect partner, right, or me having that job title, or me having that amount of money, or being on vacation in Spain, or whatever. I started to become so frustrated that external conditions had the power to determine my happiness. Mm-hmm. The only question that kept coming to my mind is, I must be able to be the owner and have the control of my own feelings of happiness. But how? How do I do that? That was the question that I was very, very determined to find the answer to at that point in my life.
Yeah, and there isn't, so very similar again, like there isn't one simple answer, right? And it's one of these things where I think we, as so many other women, say, I will be happy when, right? So I will be happy when I, tick this box, basically. When I say, when I get this job, when I move to this house, when I find the husband, when I have a baby, when the baby is 18, right? Whatever it is. So what do you think is your best advice for how to really get out of this world of being busy and start fully living?
Yeah. This is what I work a lot with my clients, and I will be very happy to make available my free training where I describe more in details how to do that. But my advice is stop for a moment, just a moment, and feel yourself, feel what feels right, feel what's really important for you, even feel your body, what is telling you. This is the best advice ever I can give to anybody else, because we are corporate women and we are ambitious women and we are busy. And no wonder we are busy if there are only 24 hours in a day and we are spending them trying to live up to everybody else's expectations. It's no wonder not with even with 100 hours in a day we would be able, because they're all false expectations. So my advice is stop, feel, and from that inner wisdom and inner feeling that nobody else than you knows what's right, then go ahead and make your actions, make your choices, reprioritize, do whatever it takes. That's the best advice I can ever give.
I love that. I tell people, I'm like, just pause, right? Just pause, breathe. And that to me is the crux of this whole idea of practical mindfulness, and why I'm doing Mindful March, is that it's not about taking ginormous actions, right? You're not going to sell all your belongings and move to a tropical island. You can totally do that if you want to, but that's not reality when you have a husband and kids and everything else. And so it's how can you create these simple steps? And that's something that I really love about your approach, because you understand that you have to be at work. Here in the States, it's usually 8 to 5, right? And then plus you've got commuting time on top of it, and all of that, everything else that's on your list, and you're just constantly going. And sometimes there are things where it's like, why are you trying to control these things, right? And you have to ask yourself why. And I was having this conversation with a girlfriend the other day who was desperately trying to get her son to drink a little bit of orange juice. She's like, well, he doesn't like any fruits or vegetables. I'm like, you know what? If he didn't drink his orange juice today, he's not going to die, right? Try again tomorrow. Like, there are things where it's just like, you just have to see where you can pause and let go. So I really, really love that. So I'm asking all of the coaches in this series, what do you think your secret is to a light, happy life?
Oh, wow. A secret. If I have to choose only one secret, and if I have to be very specific, I really like to be specific in the message I give instead of getting more in the theoretical level. I would say acceptance. For me, accepting the reality as it is has been the secret to escape from the suffering that I create to myself with my thoughts. Whatever is it that you don't like at the moment, whatever is it that is not going as you expected, just accept it, surrender, don't try to fight it. That's the secret. From there, it's like pressing the reset button. From there, you're opening a whole new space to take action, to find new solutions, to find the direction that you need to follow. But first of all, you need to accept things as they are. And that is the secret, at least, that is working best for me, to relieve myself from all the suffering that I generate myself with my mind and my thoughts every day.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. I love that, because it's true. We always keep thinking about, oh, when this, when that. It's like, accept where you are. Be okay with where you are. That's so beautiful. And I do love your practical approach too, because it's something where I find even myself, as sometimes I'm drawn to these wonderful spiritual practices and these things that are sort of, more flighty, right? Like, I love that you and I also help to bring it down to reality of saying, what can you do in small steps? So I'm super excited. There's going to be a link to Cristina's free series. So I can't wait for people to try it out. Definitely check it out. And of course, by the time this goes live, you'll probably have a new little one. So
I would love to share that, and how mindfulness can be applied to that part too.
Yeah,
to that.
Absolutely. There's a couple of mom coaches in this, and we're still recording, but there's a couple of other mom coaches too. So I think you guys need to hook up early. Great. All right. Thank you so much for your time, Cristina. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for all you're doing, Anne-Marie, and your hard work. I look forward to see the full summit, and you're making a huge difference for many people, many women like me, to navigate in this busy world in the best way possible. So thank you so much for letting me be a small contribution of it.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.